You are welcome, my viewers. Today we are talking about types of Ethernet cable. Types of Ethernet cables. What are Ethernet cables? Ethernet cables are the standard cables that is commonly used to connect a modem to a router or LAN. Not only to a router or LAN, you can also use the Ethernet cables to connect a router to a computer network interface, or to connect a switch to a router, a switch to computer, etc. I will show you samples of the Ethernet cables. This RJ45 Ethernet cables. Another one is like the one that look like this. You can see it connecting a device to switches. These are Ethernet cables. They come in different colors, and if you strip it, this is how it looks like. It's striped together, and we have several categories of Ethernet cables, ranging from category 3 to category 7. Category 3 to category 7. Let me now pick it one by one and discuss it. Their characteristic. Let's discuss about their characteristic now. Category 3 Ethernet cable, also known as Cat3. Cat3. It is an unshielded twisted pair cable. Unshielded twisted pair. You see, it's UTP. That UTP there stands for unshielded twisted pair, and it is capable of carrying 10 megabits per second of data. 10 megabits per second of data or voice transmission, and its maximum bandwidth is 16 megahertz. The maximum bandwidth is 16 megahertz. What about category 5? Category 5, or you call it Cat5. Cat5 cable in short, is the successor to the earlier category 3, that's Cat3 cable. And like Cat3, Cat5 is also a UTP cable. I told you about UTP means unshielded twisted pair. Unshielded twisted pair. It's capable of carrying 10/100 megabits per second. That's the maximum data transmission speed it can carry. And the maximum bandwidth is 100 megahertz. 100 megahertz. After category 5 cable comes category 5E UTP cable. It's an enhanced cable. That's why you have Cat5E. It's an enhanced cable, an improved one over ordinary Cat5 UTP cable. And category 5 cable, that's Cat5E cable, Cat5E cables, they are backward compatible with Cat5 cables. That one speed, maximum data transmission speed goes to 1 gigabit per second. That's 1000 megabits per second. We call it 1 gigabit per second. And the maximum bandwidth is 100 megahertz. 100 megahertz. We have now, the next one is category 6. Category 6 cable, which can abbreviate to Cat6. Cat6 cable. That one comes in either unshielded twisted pair or shielded twisted pair. UTP or STP. Unshielded twisted pair or shielded twisted pair. That one speed too is 1 gigabit per second. 1 gigabit per second, which is 1000 megabits per second. And the maximum bandwidth is 250 megahertz. The maximum bandwidth is 250 megahertz. One of the major differences between category 5E and the newer category 6 is in the transmission performance. The difference between Cat5E cables and Cat6 cables is in transmission performance. The Cat6 has a better transmission performance than that of Cat5E cable. While Cat5E cables can handle gigabit Ethernet speed, Cat6 cables are satisfied to handle gigabit Ethernet with a bandwidth of up to 250 megahertz. In terms of performance, Cat6 is in better shape than Cat5e cables. Cat6 cable is also backward compatible with Cat5 and Cat5e cables. Cat6 cable is also more expensive. It's more expensive than Cat5e cables. Also, we have augmented or enhanced category 6A cable. That's the next one. Cat6A cables. That one is also STP. Comes only in STP, shielded two-step pair. There's no UTP version of it. And you can see the speed of that one is 10,000 megabits per second. Or you say 10 gigabits per second. 10,000 megabits per second or 10 gigabits per second. And you can see the maximum bandwidth of 500 megahertz. Maximum bandwidth of 500 megahertz, which means it's better than that of Cat6 cable. So Cat6A cable is better than Cat6, ordinary Cat6 cable. While we move to the last one, category 7, that is Cat7 cable. It's also known as class F. It's fully shielded cable. Fully shielded cable. And you can see that one SSTP. Under the cable type is SSTP. What that one means that it's a screened shielded twisted pair. Screened shielded twisted pair. And it supports the maximum data transmission speed of 10,000 megabits per second. 10 gigabits per second. And you can see in terms of performance, its maximum bandwidth is 600 megahertz. It is more better than that of category 6A cable. And it's also thicker because it's SSTP, screened shielded twisted pair. Because it is screened shielded twisted pair, Cat7 cables are thicker, bulkier, and are more difficult to bend. Remember, because it's screened shielded twisted pair. So Cat7 cables are thicker, bulkier, and are more difficult to bend. And the layers of insulation and shielding contained within them are even more expensive than that of Cat6 cables. So Cat7 cables is more expensive than Cat6A cables. And in the Cat7 cables, each of the shielding layers must be grounded, or else performance may be reduced. Each of the shielding layers must be grounded, or else performance may be reduced. Now, let's move to Ethernet cable connector. The Ethernet cable connector, so which is called RJ45. This is pin layout. This is the pin layout. That's the end of the Ethernet cables that connects to your network interface card or to the router or other network device. So it's called RJ45 connector. RJ45 connector. You can see how the pin and number is shown on the screen here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how they are connected. So when you want to crimp it into the category either 5, 6, or 7 cables, these are the pin layout. This is how it will be. We have two forms, only two models. The first one is T56A standard, and the second standard is T56AB standard. Remember, T56A standard and T56HB standard. You can see where the pin 1 is, and this is how it can be connected. They are color coded. On the T56A standard, we have white with stripe green, or we call it green white. And the second pin is green, the wires with full green colored, followed by orange white with blue. The fifth pin we take blue white with orange, while 7 we take brown white and the last pin, which is 8, is fully brown color coded. You can see it. Follow the same color or T5 on T568B standard. Orange white with full orange, green white, followed by blue, blue white, followed by green, brown white, followed by brown. I take it again. Orange white, followed by orange, green white, followed by blue, blue white, followed by green, brown white, followed by brown. That is how it goes into the RJ45 connector. How you are going to put the cable, crimp the cable together. Because it's color coded, you see the color there as it is shown here. These are the colored, how it is color coded and it's striped together. So this is another connection guide of the connection to RJ45, ranging from pin 1 to pin 8, ranging from pin 1 to pin 8. This is another one. I've gotten more of it so that you can see it clearly. And you can see the pin number 1, and that is 8. The RJ45 connector can also be called 8 position 8 contact connector. 8 position 8 contact connector. On the field, you hear it being called RJ45 connector. But academically, it is called 8 position 8 contact connector. So that is all. Now you now know different type of Ethernet cables that we have. Category 3, followed by category 5, followed by category 5E, followed by category 6, that cat 6, then followed by category 6A, the last one, category 7. And you can see their characteristics, their properties, the speed, and the maximum bandwidth. Thank you very much. Please remember to subscribe and comment.